watch my charge pipes. Oh, I got the death wobbles. I do love this about patrols. That's bad, that's the worst it's been for a while. I've got to replace my steering arm. That's under control again, we're good. I reckon my blower valve's a little bit overzealous. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Way too much fuel, but better to have too much fuel than not enough, right? Intake air temps are nice and low. It's very cool outside though. I have got a fan on the intercooler, so that's this one here. The intercooler is so small that it's not really big enough for this sized engine, and it tends to get heat soaked. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true. It could be heat soaked, but it could also be that I've got the MAF in, and the MAF sits right behind my radiator, and the plastic body of the MAF is actually getting heat soaked. The plastic body of the MAF is becoming heat soaked, and then it's just retaining that heat and can't get rid of it. So I've got an intake air temp sensor I've got to put in that can go further back in the charge air pipe to give me a more accurate reading, but most of all not be heat soaked. So like, you know, the plastic body is obviously an insulator, and the aluminium is better, has a better thermal efficiency. So just shit steering the other road users there. I get some funny looks, like cruising around, old man looking patrol, but you know, when you get into it you can really hear the V8 roar, and then it makes blow off and choo-choo sounds. I get some funny looks from people. We are tuning this thing with the MAF in because it needs to be engineered. I don't want to be driving around in a, I'm driving it while I'm tuning it, but I don't want to be driving around in a vehicle that's not roadworthy and have a car accident. See, this is, I need to switch the power enrichment back on because it's gutless when it pulls away. We're looking good though. Intake air temps are up, 41. So this is half my dilemma, is that I need to tune it with some consistency, and that little intercooler just isn't big enough. So the intake air temp rises whenever you're not on the highway, and that screws with the tuning, I think. I'm not a tuning expert and I'm not a mechanic, but my experience so far has been that it has an impact on it. And I haven't successfully tuned the car correctly yet, so I think that's still a contributor. But get on the highway, get it to 100, and it brings the intake air temp down. So we're at 1800, but the moment you get into it, she's got boost. Ah, there was some knock. Oh, was I logging? I think I was. Yeah, let's have a look. Knock retard. Yeah, not good. Alright, I'm going to pull over somewhere and I'm going to take some timing out up the top there, because that is not good. I don't want Uncle Rodney coming. So it's alright down low, but also I suppose the intake air temp's going to be having a... Intake air temp's going to be a contributor there. IATs are coming up, engine coolant temps up, so all that will contribute to... Oh wow, look, we just gained 4 degrees back on the IATs just by slowing down for that set of lights back there. So I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and put a bigger intercooler in, even though I didn't want to. I really wanted the engine bay to look as stock as I could possibly get it. It looks like I'm going to lose that fight. Anyway, I'll pull over somewhere once I've gathered enough data and take some timing out up the top of when we're in boost, and then go and apply the fuel changes to the base map. Hopefully we gain some drivability. Half the problem that we're having with this thing, oh, this is not, didn't see that coming. Half the drivability issues we're having with this thing is it surges, and I think it's detecting knock and it's pulling timing because it's detecting knock. Oh, who's this? This is as good a place as any to stop, I suppose. Yeah, that will do. Now, I'll kill the wideband. Oh shit! Oh, I'm still logging. That means it will just skewed some of my fucking results. Oh shit! I don't have fucking hazards, do I? Oh. Right, let's have a look. EQ error. One thing I've learnt about this is it's unreliable as shit, so I always record it. Morning on the 26th of the 3rd, 23. Right, so... Cool. There's lots of fuel there. What I'm most concerned about is this. Alright, 1.36, we lost 7. Alright. Maybe I should go and ask these guys to help me out. I've never heard of them. I should come back, see if they've got a dyno. Alright, so just got the spark table up. It only goes to 1.36, which is the MS per gram by cylinder. And I've got 1.36 at 3.2, so 3200 RPM. We pulled 7 and then we pulled 5. So I'm going to go... Oh, you're an idiot. My table doesn't match my data log doesn't match my tune. Whoops, rookie mistake. Right, back to it. I had a problem with one of my graphs. Fortunately, I was able to fix the graph without losing any of the data. Now I can more accurately see, and I don't need to lose anywhere near as much timing. I can more accurately see where I've got a problem. So it's only right up the top, and add subtract. That's better. Alright, now, definitely got some issues there. So what I'm going to do is, here's what it is. I'm going to save this with the new version number. Geez, this place is busy on a Sunday. I don't know what they're doing over there. They're making a lot of noise. At least if I break down I can go and get help, right? Because it's pretty likely. Then I need fuel, metric efficiency table, and where am I running bridge? Alright, so what do we got there? Alright, so I could safely take out 5% from 65 to 1200. I found that the prediction coefficient on this does not work very well, or it's something I'm doing wrong. But we'll go 0.95, take out 5%. I found that if you do the littler the changes you do, the better it seems to work. Oh, it's accepted that. That's handy. Now I've got some fuel I've got to add at 1600. 1600 by 40 and 2000 by 45. 1600 by 40. I'm going to add 5% there. And then, was it 1800? No, it's 2000. Alright, now it probably seems weird that I'm not adding it everywhere else. When I hit this button, it's going to go and add fuel anyway, right? And in some of those spaces I actually need it to come down. I don't know what the hell it's trying to do, but and I'm going to say that from 2400, so it's 14, 13, so 2400 to 3200, 20 to 60. I feel like little changes, and hopefully I don't have to deal with it. Cool. Alright, I'll save that. I'll write this to the car for a second time, and then we'll hit the road again. Because my car's a piece of shit, I've got to regularly check under it to make sure it hasn't blown any hoses. No doubt something will go wrong. Intake air temps are going to be fucking through the roof. We've just stopped for way too long, and that voltage cut off that turns off my wideband also turns off the intercooler fan, so that my battery doesn't go flat overnight. I'll fix that later and make it sensitive to the temperature instead, and give it a limit on the run. Yeah, look at that, we're at 50 degrees intake air temp already. Fueling is looking good, but we've got to give this thing a chance to start up. Ah, there it goes. Still rich. Let's go for a quick hone. I'm probably, to be honest, that temp is too high. So I won't get any consistency. If I go and log data now, I'll basically be logging data against an adjusted fuel map because of the intake air temp. So there's no point chasing my tail. I might as well take this old girl home. I'm going to drive to the end of the street, clear the map. It is driving a lot smoother, man. Woo. Wow, a little lane patch that we didn't have before. Alright, I'm content that if I pull up here, oh, Dave Campbell Transport. I'm going to pull up here and I'm going to start and stop the data logger so that we're definitely past the startup phase. The auto is really killing this, hey? Like, it's just not good. I wanted the auto because I'm a lazy bugger when I travel, but I'm really considering going back to the 5-speed. Just gotta remember while I'm doing this to obey the road rules. Remember to indicate. Stop doing that. I need to gather some actual useful data here, and by doing what I'm doing, I'm not averaging enough in any of the cells to actually populate data. Although all that light green is a good sign, right? So it's taken out a lot of the idiosyncrasies of the running at rich, which is good. Intake air temps are down. I do love these cooler days, man. It means I could probably keep going for a little bit. Might go for a hoon down Armadale Road. See, like, it just doesn't kick down at the right time. Like, that should have dropped a gear. It's irritating. Oh, I should go get a bumming snag. Well, they're just setting up. They'll come back, I reckon. Yep. How are we looking? What I'm really curious about is if we're seeing any more knock. Surging again, so I reckon there'll be knock there now. So I thought at first, like, it could be that the surging's caused by the blow-off valve opening, like the spring in the blow-off valve. I stuck a smaller spring in there because this is an auto. As soon as you let off the pedal, it blows off, right? But The spring that was in there was significantly heavier, and I think I need to put that back in because I can't tell the difference between whether or not the blow-off valve's opening or if you know, if it's timing. I have a suspicion that when I look at this data log, I'm going to find that it's actually timing this time, but still, it's the uncertainty that's killing me because I'm constantly guessing at what's wrong with it in between all my crappy craftsmanship. Oh, market's on here in Albert today. Yeah, so bit to do. Populating the graph again. Intake air temps have come right down, so you know, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it was just because it was bloody 40-degree days when I was tuning last that we can't shirk off all that heat in the intercooler. Oh, look at Stato. This is what my engine came out of. It's one of them. Oh, yep. Does sound like it's got a noisy lifter, eh? Like we're running standard ring gap, which means that, you know, I could probably lift the ring landing pretty easily. Ooh. So if I've done that, I wouldn't know without pulling the head off, which I don't feel like doing. But it's clearly going to need lifters, so I guess I'll find out when I pull the head off anyway. That's me done for the day. Right. Back to the house after my little drive. Let's have a look. Let's close that. Oh, that's not too bad. These, yeah, they're just anomalies, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm not going to put too much stock in them. Still way too much fuel up here. I'm happy with that. I don't really care. What I'm really worried about is, where are we? Haha. So that surging is the blow-off valve. 1, 2, 3. So I'll add that timing. Well, sorry, I won't add that timing. I'll subtract that timing. Disconnect. Bugger off. Rugby spike. Octane. Paste as. Subtract. Cool. So there's nothing there that's really standing out to me. I'm not a car expert, remember I've said that, but that looks alright to me. So I'll write that in, and we'll save it as I think this will do me, right? Like until I can get someone to pop this on a dyno for me. It's for shits and giggles, it's been on a dyno in the past. It wasn't making any significant power. Just as a joke between friends, but I don't have access to that dyno anymore, so 0.7, what are we calling this? Sunday. Right, I'll write this to the car, and just killing that back on. Do not write. And yeah, I'll wait for the temperature to come back down, and I'll take for another drive. Just kill that, and we'll go from there.